Okay, hi. Now it's time for the Monday Night Raw review. And, of course, the show started with the Shield coming out for their farewell address, and Roman did all the talking, and he said that he he has no regrets of their Fastlane show because tomorrow's not guaranteed, and he was so happy that he got to have one more time with his brothers. Said that they'd never let him down, and I was like, okay. But he said that he doesn't know what's next for him. He wants to have a singles match, and the crowd seemed pretty into that. He said that he has no idea what's next for Dean, and he doesn't think Dean does anywhere, but any at all either. But it's like, but good luck. Then he looks, but Seth is the one with the real business because he has something that he needs to do, and the crowd starts chanting "Slay the Beast." I, for some reason, thought they were saying 17. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I thought they said 17, but he's like, yeah, slay the beast. Slay the beast. Okay. And then he gives Seth the microphone, and then he and Seth hug, Dean and Seth hug, and then Roman kind of taps Dean on the back as they leave, and then they go up the ramp and leave Seth to talk. Instead, he just stares and points at the WrestleMania sign. Yay! So that first segment, like, that really nailed it home for me that I I think at least the Shield thing being over is real for right now. Every time WWE says one last time, it's almost never one last time, so I wouldn't guarantee that's the last time for them, but it did get me a little bit emotional, I'll admit. Not that much, but a little bit. But before Seth, and then the next thing, we went right into Seth wanting to talk, and he wants to talk about Brock, but Paul Heyman immediately comes out and starts calling Brock, defending champion and everything. But then Seth is like, he's never here. And also, he was almost beat by, like, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor. He has a hard time beating people who are smaller than him. And he, like, paid his respects to everyone, and it's just like, so how is he gonna beat me? And Paul's like, yeah, you got good points, but he didn't have time to prepare for them. But he's been preparing for you. And then he, like, and then he shows another promo package of Brock Lesnar. Great. But Seth is not phased at all. He doesn't care. He's just like, I'm gonna beat him in WrestleMania. And then Shelton Benjamin, who I thought was on SmackDown, even though we really never see him, but I thought he was on SmackDown, like, just appears out of nowhere, attacks Seth and this, like, does a bunch of these German suplex stuff to him, and they went to commercial, and I was like, okay. I love Seth in the segment, though. That was good. Like, just the way he was talking. I did like that. But I had no clue where Shelton Benjamin came from. I don't have the slightest idea where Shelton Benjamin came from, but okay. And they came back, and of course, it's Shelton Benjamin versus Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman on commentary. And the highlight was when he decided to take a phone call. And, like, that was, like, the highlight of the whole thing. Because, like, I love Seth, but the match was, like, kind of slow and stuff. And you know that Seth still has nagging injuries, so we can't, like, go full throttle with this. Especially after what was last night, but, like, Sunday night. But he said the call was from Brock, who was not happy with what Michael's been saying, what everyone's been saying, so he's going to be on Monday Night Raw. He promises he's going to be on Monday Night Raw next week. And for me, I'm like, he's actually going to turn up for work? Okay, I'm interested to see this. I guess because he wants to answer any questions that everyone has and stuff, so okay. Also, I guess Paul paid Shelton to come to Monday Night Raw and do that to Seth. Yeah, I'm not even at all surprised. I'm like, okay. But obviously, the match is going, like, Shelton's getting a lot of offense, but 2 kicks and 1 curb stomp in a stomp, and Shelton loses to Seth. So Seth Rollins wins, and I was happy with that. And then, like, Finn came right out as Seth was celebrating because he has this match with Bobby Lashley, and as he gets down near the middle or bottom of the ring. Seth is walking up, and then they look at each other, and then they just smile at each other, shake hands, And Seth goes up, and then Finn continues to the ring. And as they are heading to a commercial, they show Bobby Lashley's face just staring on the Titantron, just staring at Finn. And that was creepy. But then they cut the commercial, they come back, and Bobby comes out by himself. They have not seen Leo since Braun put him through the barricade last Monday. Like, they haven't seen him since. So he's just not there. We thought. So Bobby was getting a lot of offense, but Finn was doing really good, and then he got his moves. He's about to go for the coup de grace, and then the bell just starts ringing. And he's kind of looking around like, what? And the ref is like, I didn't do that. I knew that was not me. And the ref looks, and you just see this guy, like, hitting it. It's Leo Rush. He arrived. He's hitting the thing, like, getting their attention, and the ref's trying to tell him to stop. And then he grabs the title belt, and he's like, this is not yours. And it's like, he grabs the title, it's like, this isn't yours. And Finn is so mad. But he, like, initially tries to get one up on Bobby and, like, kicks Leo. And then he tries to get off the rope to do something to Bobby, but gets nailed with a spear. And then, thanks to Leo Rush, Bobby regains the Intercontinental Championship. Yay. Okay. I did love Finn's participation in the match, though, and I hope he gets something good at WrestleMania or next week or something. I just hope so. And then Charlie is interviewing Baron Corbin, and she asks him, people really do not like what you said the week after Roman Reigns got diagnosed with leukemia. And he's like, what did I even say? So they play the clip of him saying that he wishes him the best, but he hopes that when he comes back to work, he doesn't go to Raw. And they go back to the interview, and Baron's like, okay, fine, I said it, but I don't apologize for anything and stuff. He says that he's carried the ball, and that he's gonna show Roman that when they fight tonight and stuff. Okay. And then Ronda's walking through the back. She's gonna come to the ring next and tell everyone why she helped Becky at Fastlane. So next, there's the commercial. We come back, and Ronda Rousey just storms down to the ring. It's so weird, though, to see her so angry walking down there, and then you got Reputation playing. Great. But it's like, okay. Such a happy song, and she's so angry when she goes down there. And she immediately just telling the crowd that they can stop cheering because she remembers what they did at Survivor Series and stuff. She's not happy with any of it. She's not taking any of it. And then she says that she helped Becky because, she wanted to be a triple threat. Because she wants to both embarrass and she wants to embarrass and expose both Charlotte, Becky, and WWE as being carny. It's like, okay. And then she says that she even allows WWE to make it a handicap, and she said she'd be embarrassed if she even breaks a sweat and stuff, and then she throws the mic down. The only thing I have to say is, I love the promo. I love just the amount of intensity she gives. It's just she speaks like she's in a hurry. You can understand everything she says, and it's great, but just slow down. It's like she just talks really, really, really quick, like I think I was just doing. But that's kind of the speed she was at. But then Dana Brooke came out, and she's just speaking from the heart, and you can tell she means what she's saying. When she's she's tired of Ronda disrespecting the WWE and the WWE Universe, and she's like, I might not get to come out here every week, but whenever I do it because I love this business. And I'm tired of you, shaming it now. And then she's like, also, you remember, you say that after every pay-per-view, you're supposed to, like, do an open challenge. So I'm here to accept. I'm Dana Brooke, and I'm accept the challenge. And Ronda actually looked like she was, like, feeling what Dana was saying, but then she took off her jacket, put the title down, we're thinking, like, oh, okay. And then she just starts nailing into Dana, like, hitting her with punches and kicks and everything, and then, like, officials come to, like, try to break it up, and she goes to do an armbar, starts to, but then stops, and she goes, no, you don't deserve my armbar. And she looks at the crowd, and she's like, pay $60 and I'll show you an armbar. And I'm like, okay. But then she starts to leave and then has to come back because she forgot her title and her jacket, so she grabs those and then she leaves. Man, Ronda's intensity is great. Man, this is cool. Like, this is UFC Ronda. Like, I'm kind of digging it. It was pretty cool. Just stop calling WWE fake, okay? That's just... For me, what I always say is, like, if it's fake, why do people get hurt? It's the only, like, but, you know, about that. But, yeah, I love that scene. Oh, and also, like, before she turned to leave, she just randomly slaps a ref. I'm like, what? Okay. So there was that. And then there's a look back on Batista attacking Ric Flair, and then Triple H's response from last week. And then the third match is Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. It was a cool match. I love watching it. And, of course, Aleister Black got Black Mass on Bobby Roode to win. Only as Ricochet and Aleister Black were walking up, they had their back turned, and they just got hit from behind by the Revival. And then the Revival just left. So, okay. But I do love seeing Aleister Black and Ricochet. It's cool. No, so you can tell Ricochet was sore, because as he was walking down the entrance ramp, he didn't really do very much. All he did was, like, touch hands, but you could tell he was sore. So it's like, whoa. They did a lot on Sunday night. They did a lot. I just hope that they had a little rest before today. And then you find out that there's going to be a moment of bliss. So, to announce who the host of WrestleMania is. And then it's a moment of bliss, and then Alexa comes out and she says that she gets to reveal who it is. And when she said Mayor Positivity or something, I don't know why, but for some reason I was thinking about John Laurinaitis. I don't know why, but I was, so I'm like, oh no. It's her! She's the host of WrestleMania. I partly thought it would be her too. I'm like, what if she just announces herself? And she did! So, I mean, okay. And also, this was the first time where she was actually able to conclude the episode. She's like, and that's been a moment of bliss. The first time she actually doesn't get interrupted. It's like, okay. So, she's the host of this year's WrestleMania. Yay. Okay. And then Charlie interviews Braun Strowman, and she's asking him, like, do you think it was right of you to hold Colin Jost by his neck like that from, like, the Saturday Night Live guys? And Braun is like, I liked it. But then a guy comes and tells him that his car is here, and Braun's just like, what car? Like, and then they go to commercial, they come back, and there's just, like, this very small, like, red card with a bow, and the card is, like, asking, like, saying that we both said things we regret, and I hope that you accept this card on behalf of me and the guys from Saturday Night Live. The guy read the card because Braun told him to read it, and then he's like, from Michael and Colin. But you know Colin was the one that did the writing. Oh my god. Honestly, I fear for Colin. I fear for him. Braun is like, well, let's just this car out. He looks, he's like, well, it's too small. So he rips the door, and then he rips the seats out, and then he's like, well, the windows are dirty, so he punches it, and then he rips the hood off the car, and then he picks it up and he hands it to the guy. He's like, "Here, you take this back to Saturday Night Live. And you tell Michael and Colin that I will be seeing them at WrestleMania and that they're gonna get these hands." So, first of all, I don't know if Colin has a death wish or if he's just a complete idiot, but oh man, that doesn't look good for him at all. And also, no, that's pretty much it. So, okay. And then, next, Elias is here and is ready to sing for his hometown. And he says it's a miracle he's a success because if you're from Pittsburgh, you're gonna be a waste. Okay. Insult your hometown. That's good. So, does that. And then he insults his hometown some more. But then No Way Jose comes out. And he, like, has this green dreadlocks kind of looking like Naomi. And it's like, Naomi, it's like, okay, doing good, man. But he is not, well, Elias is not happy. He immediately attacks No Way Jose and then hits him a drift away on the ramp. And it's just rough. And it's like, thanks for coming, No Way. Thanks for coming, Jose. Thank you. And then it's announced that Booker T and Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat, otherwise known as Harlem Heat, are inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, so congratulations to them. And Booker T is now 2-time Hall of Famer. Awesome. And then, guess who? Lacey Evans. She comes out, and instead of walking down the ramp, she goes to the announce table, and Renee is about to say something because she's kind of happy about this. And then Renee, like, opens her fan and, like, just waves in Renee's face. And then Renee's like, yeah, I'm not happy with you anymore. It's like, okay. But then she starts to walk back. But as it looks like she's about to do her little runway thing, Nia Jax comes out with Tamina. So Lacey just stands up at Nia. And then Nia just, like, shakes her head. And then Lacey goes to the back. And Nia and Tamina go down the ramp because Nia's going to have a match with Natalya. So they go to commercial, they come back, and Natalya comes out with the microphone. She's like, I don't trust anyone. I thought Ronda was my friend. I thought I could trust her, but I guess not. I don't trust you two, but I do trust someone, my best friend. And then Beth Phoenix comes out, and so Beth is here, and she's gonna be supporting Natalya, which is cool. And then this is her match. Natalya and Nia. They don't even scrap for like 10 seconds. And Tamina like gets on the runner or something, tries to cheat with Natalya, and then Beth just comes in, nails Nia, and hits Tamina, and so the ref has to like call the disqualification. So Nia Jax won by disqualification, and it was quick. And then Beth and Natalya are standing tall in the rain. Natalya and Tamina walk back, they get through the curtain, then they're attacked by Sasha Banks and Bayley, and then they're broken apart by officials. And then Finlay is holding Sasha Banks back, actually, so, okay. That was all kind of quick, so not really much to say about that, just like, okay. Yeah, alright. And then they show Batista coming out of a limo because he and Triple H are going to have their face-to-face next. There's a commercial, they come back, and Triple H is in the ring, and he's like, he doesn't have a microphone in his hand right now. Now he's just like yelling, come on, at the ramp for Batista to come out. He does. He has a microphone in his hand, but then he just stands there for a long time not saying anything. And finally he turns around, and security guards come out. Okay, like his own personal security, and then he takes another 30 seconds, starts to say something, then stops, and Triple H is like, are you going to say something, or are you just going to hide behind your security? And Batista's like, you know what I want. He just keeps saying, we're not going to do this your way, we're going to do it mine, and Triple H like wants to just be like, either get in the ring and face me, or I will go down there, push through your little guards, and beat your butt. And Batista's like, no, we're not doing this your way, we're doing it mine. He says, just give me what I want, and Triple H is like, I'm not gonna give you anything. Like, you quit. All you do is quit. You come back and then you quit, and then you just expect us to give you whatever you want. Like, no. And then Batista goes like, you just give me what I want, or I will hurt your loved ones, or I will hurt everyone you love. And it's just like, no. And Batista's like, just give me what I want. And then he just blurts out, I want a match with you at WrestleMania. For me, like, it just felt a little bit anticlimactic for me, because it was just like, just so blurted out, and like, just like, and people didn't really like care too much, because it was just like, okay. And Triple H is like, that's what this is about. That's what you want. That's why we're doing all of this. You want me at WrestleMania? You got it. It's on. And he goes, but now I make the rules. And this is no disqualification, no rules, nothing. And then he calls it no holds barred. And that excited me. And Batista just walks away like not happy. So it's like he got what he wanted, but also it's like, really. Then Kurt Angle will address his future. And it's the next thing. But that segment, let's just say it was a little anticlimactic, but I did like the ending stipulation and stuff, so that's good. I didn't hate it at all. Like, Triple H is awesome, as always. But it was just it just felt a little rushed or whatever, but I liked it still. It's good. And then, you got Kurt Angle doing his fair, like, coming out next to address his future, and I'm like, I hope Drew McIntyre doesn't come out again. But then Kurt Angle comes out ready to compete, but he says that at WrestleMania, he was happy that he was in his hometown in Pittsburgh, and that he left Pittsburgh to become an Olympic gold medalist, that he won with broken freaking neck, and that the Olympics brought him to WWE, and that he's so happy he's been able to be here for so long, that he also waited till he got to Pittsburgh so he could say that at WrestleMania he's going to be fighting his last farewell match. And I love him and stuff, and I know that he like doesn't have it completely the way he used to, but it's like, it was a little sad to hear that after WrestleMania he really is going to retire. So it's like, okay. Now this is not a happy smile at all, because I don't love that, but I know, but it's like defense thing, so just ignore that. But he said that he wanted to have his final, this is the last match he's going to have in Pittsburgh before WrestleMania. And so he wanted to give everyone everything he had. He thanks them again, and then Apollo comes out. And it said that Apollo is a huge fan of Kurt Angle and is so happy to be able to do this. When they go to commercial, they come back, Apollo and Kurt have a good match. Then Kurt gets the angle slam on Apollo for the win. And then he helps Apollo up, hugs him, and I guess they're like thanking each other and stuff, and then Kurt takes time to thank the fans, and then that's it. And I did get a little sad. Like, but you know. And then it's just so, but I did like it. And I do like the fact that they're gonna give Kurt a send off, and even though I might cry watching WrestleMania, I'll admit, I might cry. I have to warn Dad first off, but I might. I hope not. But I might. Just with that, because I do really like Kurt. But then they show Roman's in the locker room getting ready for his match with Baron Corbin. That's next. And it's only like 10:25, 10:30 at this point, so I was like, this is going to be it? But Roman Reigns gets out there, and then, before they can even introduce Baron Corbin or anything, Drew McIntyre comes from behind and just starts attacking Roman. And I'm like, really? And then he's just going after him, gets one Claymore kick, and that's just, like, bad. And Roman always looks like he's partly out. But then he nails him again, and when he hits Roman with the kick, Roman's face goes right into the ring post. And he's, like, showing signs of a concussion. You know, like, he's so confused and out of it. And first an official comes down, then the medic trying to test him, and, you know, Roman's, like, just, like, trying to back the guy away and still being like, I'm okay, just give me a minute. But then Seth Rollins even comes down to check and is like, dude, it's okay not to be okay. It's like, okay, you don't want to get tested out here, that's fine, but let's just go to the back, okay? It's alright. And so Roman finally, like, you can tell he doesn't want to leave, but he puts his arm about Seth's shoulders and lets Seth help him. And they go up the ramp, and then they get to the back. And for me, I'm just like, wow, okay. And then there's a commercial. So no one won. Nothing ever happened. Then they come back, and Dean and Seth are on either side of Roman now, and Dean is just furious, and he just keeps being like, Drew's a coward. Like, how can you do this? He's a coward. And Seth just kept being like, let's just go to the trainer's room, okay? I know you don't want to, but just for me, okay? Just do it for me, if anything. And then Roman finally agrees. It's just like, okay. So Dean walks with them down to get the trainer's room, and Seth, of course, being the brother that he is, goes in with Roman, like, for support or something, just to see what's up. And Dean immediately, you can tell he wants to go find Triple H or Drew or anything. He just goes, he sees Triple H. Triple H is still mad from his scene with Batista B, says, how's Roman? And Dean is just like, I want Drew. Tonight. Right now. No rules. No disqualification. No count out. Falls count anywhere. Just do it. And Triple H is like, yeah, I'll go tell Drew. You're on. And then Dean Ambrose goes to the ring, and then, okay, Dean and Drew had a awesome match. They were like, they were fighting everywhere. It was awesome. Like, some key things were like, Dean put Drew on, like, I don't know what this blue crate or something. This blue crate or something. I don't know what it was, but he, like, put him on it and, like, slid him down, like, the crowd area. And he, like, ran into, like, I don't know if it was a barricade or some of the equipment down that, and then Dean did an elbow and tried doing a cover, and that didn't go well. And then the things that scared the life out of me, though, were, like, they ended up on the announce table. And first, Drew low blows Dean, which is, like, just horrible. But then he takes a pencil and, like, jabs at Dean in the eye with the pencil. And it's like, what? What are you even doing? And then Dean is, like, rolls off the table. And then Drew picks him up and slams him head first into the, I don't know what you call it, like in the entranceway screen thing. I don't know what you call it. But then he does it again, goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. But then he takes Dean, gets his head in the, like, step rail, and Claymore kicks him. And the rail breaks off and Dean is out. And then Drew gets his head off of the rail thing, like, gets the 1, 2, 3, and he won. But Dean fought hard for Roman, and that's all you can really say. So I hope Roman's okay. I hope Dean's okay. But then, like, Dean tries to get up. And, like, Dean is, like, getting up. He's, like, walking over to Drew again. And everyone's like, what are you doing? And then Drew just kicks him. Claymore kicks him again. And one more Claymore kick, and he's unconscious at this point. And so officials attend to him, and then the show's off the air. So I really did enjoy the main event, I'll say. Like, there's some things I really, really did enjoy. So it was a pretty good show overall, and it wasn't a great show, but wasn't, like, a terrible show either. It was okay. And there are some things I really liked, and I can't wait to see what today holds. What's going to go down on SmackDown Live tonight, and I will talk to you about it tomorrow. So, did the Fast Lane, and I'll be up before this one, and then this one will be coming right after, so I will see you tomorrow at SmackDown Live.